Hey there, Texas. This is John Tipton with the Texas Examiner, and we have a very special show for you guys today. We're going to be visiting with Maria Rios or Marissa Rios, who is spearheading a fundraiser for the city of Hunt and the Hunt Volunteer Fire Department. And I'm going to let her go into that a little bit more with you. So we also have Skylar Darrington and her
Hi.
parents, Lacey and Joe Darrington, who are going to join us and talk about this fundraiser as well. So, hey there, Joe. Hi to everybody. So, Marissa, if you wouldn't mind, why don't you tell everybody what's going on with this fundraiser?
I have been out here since the week after the floods, and I was with the Hunt Volunteer Fire Department, and I was helping with a lot of the efforts out here for the devastation that they sustained. And in that, we've kind of changed over to where I've seen the need have shifted. And right now, Hunt is in need of monetary funds for helping those people that have been split through the cracks, is the best way to describe it. There's a lot of people, unfortunately, that aren't aware of the resources, that aren't able to get the resources. And so I'm out here almost on a daily basis trying to help whoever I can. And I also, like I said, I wanted this to be an awareness for what is actually going on right here. As you can hear, we're working almost every day out here trying to help this town get back on its feet again. And I had the idea to do a fundraiser. And actually, Skylar, that was a big part. I wanted her voice to be heard and what happened out here. And I think she's a great representation. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to locate her, and everything has worked out. Her mother, her family, her father, they've been great with supporting us in this effort.
Thank you so much for organizing all this and for all your hard work down there.
Yeah,
Awesome. Thank
we're
you.
we're very appreciative of that. And did you say where it's going to be, the time and the location? Not that they're not going to find out through the rest of the interview, but let's go ahead and get it out there so people need to get a piece of paper out they can.
Yes, definitely. It's Pure Country Barbecue and Grill, and it's not in Bourne, Texas. It's Bernie, Texas. And it's going to be on Saturday, October 18th from 3 to 10 p.m.
Wonderful. Yeah, we're looking forward to that, folks. Be staying tuned to the Texas Examiner. We'll continue to post updates and push for ticket sales. So don't think that you're going to get away without being touched at least one time with an ask for ticket purchase. So
And the other thing that's really cool about this is it's an event that's kind of for the first time held in the area, right? Since all the devastation occurred.
absolutely. Yeah, and we just I was with Marissa. What was it? Yesterday, day before yesterday,
Mhm.
and it was very evident from speaking with some of the residents of the area that the resources just aren't making it there on time, and they really need a lot of help. So this is a great way to support the community, and we're really appreciative of the Darringtons for taking part in this interview today, because we know that the past several months have not been necessarily well. There's just been a lot going on these past couple of months, and so those of us that are sensitive to folks that are going through tragedies can feel it, and you can definitely feel it when we're there in person. Would you agree with that, Marissa?
1,000%. Yes.
Yeah. So, Lacey, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a question, if that's okay.
Yes, sir.
Of course, Skylar has made her debut as the next America's Got Talent star with her rendition of Hallelujah, which is amazing. But she is so gifted in music and faith. How have you supported her creative side growing up? Was there a moment that you knew she had that special voice?
I thought she was always singing as a little girl, and I just always thought, all little girls did that. But when it was the moment she really got behind a microphone and they started, was able to read words and do karaoke, it's kind of like when a light bulb went off. So just kind of surrounding her with lots of different types of music and live music, theater, arts, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, just, letting her be a regular kid and, play instruments. She took, like, guitar lessons for a while and
Right.
piano, just playing just playing around, and having fun.
So, Skylar, you rewrote Hallelujah into your own version. So,
Yeah.
what inspired you, and what does inspire you to choose songs to reinterpret or rewrite?
I don't normally kinda, like, do covers of songs. I like writing my own music, but since I had Hallelujah stuck in my head and everything that had happened, I just wanted to write it out in, like, my own words since I had the, song stuck in my head.
Well, it definitely seems that music is such a powerful outlet for you. What's your
Yeah.
favorite song to sing when you're feeling happy or inspired?
I like the song "Rise Up" by Andrea Day. I sing that song a lot.
Are we going to get to hear maybe a little bit of that at the fundraiser?
Maybe.
I think there's a lot of folks that would absolutely just love to hear your version of that. That would be amazing.
I mean, she'll sing just about anything you ask her to sing. That's the thing about her. She loves
That's
to do it.
awesome. That is awesome. So, Joe, if you don't mind, I have a question for you as well.
Sure. Well,
When
okay.
challenges come through, even outside of the big hard moments, how do you encourage Skylar to stay confident in her gifts?
I think that something we teach all of our kids is to be strong. I mean, there is no crying in baseball, as they say, right?
Right.
So it's always been that way with us. I mean, it's we tell them they need to have a good attitude about things. They need to be competitors. They need to get out and do as much as they can, experience as much as they can. And there are going to be difficult circumstances and there's going to be difficult situations. And I think knowing that you can accomplish anything, you can tackle any obstacle, but you got to have the right mindset, the right attitude, and you've got to be strong. You can't sort of bend and fall away. I mean, you've got to stand strong and do the right thing. And for our kids, I think that summer camp is probably one of the prime examples of how I think can really get out there and be themselves and become a strong person
Right.
like that.
Right.
Mommy and daddy aren't right there with you,
Right.
all the time to tie your shoe and make your bed and make you eat and do all those things.
Yes,
So,
sir.
yep.
Well, Skylar, that actually brings up, that's a great little segue into the next question I have for you. So you've been going to Camp Mystic for a while, since you were very young.
Yeah.
What's one of your favorite camp traditions and what makes it feel like home to you?
I really like the tribe games where so there's two tribes. There's the color red and blue. I'm the color blue. And we have tribe games like dodgeball, steal the bacon, and all that. And we just like have fun playing them and we play volleyball and all that. And just whoever wins, we gain tribe points. And at the end of the term, like whoever has the most tribe points wins that term. So yeah.
You had me when you said bacon. So you recently met Lauren Daigle. How
Yeah.
was that?
That was really fun. I met her at New York and on Fox and Friends, and then we saw her again whenever I was recording a song. So yeah.
Right
So we
on.
saw her live in Waco for family weekend when she performed there. If you get the opportunity to see her perform, she's absolutely amazing and so kind and so generous, and took the time to allow Skylar to record her song,
That is awesome.
get that out, and help raise more money for our efforts, for this Kirk County efforts and for the flood victims.
Right. So this is for one of the other, Joe or Lacey. I'll let y'all decide who takes it. But it seems like, based on what I've heard so far, Camp Mystic is such a strong part of your family's story. What's a memory or a tradition from camp that brings all of you joy? Something that you hope to pass on to Skylar?
So I went to camp out in the hill country as a kid. I went to Camp Stewart for boys, which is on the North Fork of the Guadalupe. It's only about 2 miles from Mystic. And, so for me, it was just very important that our kids went to summer, long-term summer camp up there in the hill country. And all of these camps have their own traditions. I mean, they're all very different, but they all are sort of grounded in the idea that, you need to become your own person. You need to be strong, and you kind of figure out who you are by getting out of your comfort zone and going to these long-term camps. And so I think the one thing that they all have in common, the one common thread, if you will, is that aspect of it, being part of a tribe, for instance, at Camp Mystic, they have the Kiowas and the Tonkawas. And then within your tribe, you've got your cabin units. And so your cabins are also kind of part of your group, right? Camp Stewart, and I'll speak to these two camps primarily because I don't know all the traditions of the other ones. I mean, I know in general they've all got some form of tribe,
Okay.
some form of groups, but Camp Stewart's big thing is the advancement trail. And so they kind of followed in the footsteps of what the Boy Scouts, used to do, where they've got the merit badge systems and you achieve these different ranks. And that's how they challenge the boys to do more and to be better. They don't really have a tribe system where they're competing against as a large group. It's more of an individual achievement effort where, you are, trying to shoot so many basketball hoops, trying to do, so well in archery and riflery and mountain climbing and
Right.
rappelling, riding horses and all these things. And as you achieve these little milestones, you move up in the next, sort of the trail to the chief, which is the ultimate one at Camp Stewart. But again, I think they all have their own way of challenging these kids to do more, to be stronger, to get better. And they are both, and all of them are Christian based, obviously, right? So that's part of that foundation. And actually it's the largest probably part of the foundation.
And we don't want to see that go away.
Right. Is to make sure that they are, getting that too. And for some of these kids, that's the first time they're really introduced to that, and or they're challenged to learn about it, and read about it and sit and listen to the lessons. And it becomes kind of part of their routine.
So their friends are my friends. And you stand with your friends and you love your friends and you help your friends when they're sad or where they need help, and you don't abandon them. You stick with them and you work with them and you never stop praying for them or helping them in any way that you can. And that's the way we're trying to do, because the people of Kerr County and Camp Mystic and Camp Stewart, that's part of our family, and we love them and we want to do whatever we can to help them.
Jesus went back for the one.
That's right. He did.
So that's, I love to hear y'all say that. Skylar, last question for you. And it's not by coincidence, but your faith plays a big part in everything you do. How do you keep that close to your heart in everyday moments, like at school, family time, or just being with your friends?
So I like reading my Bible a lot and just remembering that God's always with me and he always helps me through hard times and everything. And I just always remember that he's with me and during big tests at school, no matter what it is, he's just always with me and I can just kind of sort of feel him like there.
That's awesome. That is so sweet.
And I always try to tell my kids, it doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, nobody else's opinion about you matters. It's only God that matters at the end.
100%. 100% agree with that. That's amazing. Well, folks, I sure do appreciate your time. I think, Marissa, would you like to give another plug for the, actually, let's do this. Joe, Lacey, Skylar, tell us why the folks that are out there viewing this interview should go out immediately and buy their VIP or general admittance tickets to this fundraiser.
Because it's going to be fun. And because we're helping other people. What better way to have fun and help others? I can't think of a better combination than that.
Right. That's wonderful. Marissa?
Yeah, definitely. I'm boots on the ground and I see the need and I wouldn't be working so hard for nothing. Every day, there's need out here and I wouldn't be putting my heart and soul into all of this. But even Lacey and I, there was a connection there that was made. And when we spoke on the phone, it was just a coincidence how, one morning I woke up and how I found her and the connection that was made. I'm on a path and I'm on a path that I feel I need to be on in order to help these people. And thank the Lord, He's provided me with all of these people that are willing to help, especially you. So thank you, Jon.
Well, you're welcome. And like you said, this is a wonderful cause. And I know the Hill Country is going to step up and make this event probably the best event, all year is what I'm hoping. We've got all the right ingredients. So,
And God is still working. He's still
I'm so-
moving. He's still making good. And we're
Yes,
going to
he
make
is.
as much good as we can.
Yes, he is. So, well, folks, all of you, Joe, Lacey, Skylar, the Darringtons, thank you so much for visiting with us this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I know how valuable your time is. So again, thank you for that. And Marissa, same for you. The tireless hours that you're working to put this together to benefit the greater community of Hunt and the Hunt Volunteer Fire Department. What an undertaking. What a task. So thank you for what you're doing to make that happen as well. Folks, this is John Tipton. This has been another segment of the Texas Examiner. My co-host, Robert Sines, has been away on official duty, so unfortunately he couldn't be here today, but we did have an excellent group of guests, and we're so thankful that they could join us today. Stay tuned. Right after this, we'll be posting some information about the fundraiser that you can copy down. You can scan the QR code. So there's no excuse why you can't immediately go and buy your tickets and show up on October 18th from 2 until 10 or 3 until 10.
3 until 10.
3 until 10 that's a Saturday, I believe, October 18th,
Right?
correct?
Saturday, October 18th. Yes.
Right.
Skylar,
Okay,
Skylar,
folks.
I can't wait to see you perform. Honestly, you're my headliner.
It's going to be exciting for sure. Thanks again, folks. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until then, be safe.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Please join us on October 18th, 2025 at Pure Country Barbecue from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m., featuring Thompson Square. $80 for general admission and $120 for VIP. Scan the QR code to purchase tickets or to make a donation.
Mayday Investigations. Truth is timeless. So is the grit it takes to uncover it. Blending traditional fieldwork with high-tech tools, Mayday Investigations digs deeper, because what you don't know can hurt you. Visit them at maydaypi.com